Hi everyone.
Hi Bertrand.
Okay, what do we have today? I don't know. I've been starting to use the common stuff that Sébastien has integrated and improved on. It kind of works. It still has bugs. Yeah, it's a great improvement. Actually, Sébastien, do you have a demo?
Yes, I have.
I'm using it on my
I have two
on all
versions.
my websites already.
Me too. And discussions. So you want to do it now?
Actually, you can see it. Okay, so hold on. Right. Put a link. Yeah, for example, if you try you can see the captcha on the comment form.
I got Google cannot open it.
Google cannot open it. Oh yeah, it's my local. Sorry, I pasted my local for some reason.
Really, Nick? You need Google to tell you that you can't open that?
Yeah.
I need a lot of help. There's a problem. You'll solve it.
Or you could have replaced noisette.127 blah 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 by noisette.com and that would have worked.
Zoltan, that's great. I thought you would have pointed to C:\\Benedek.
Oh wait.
Kinky.jpg.
Zoltan, bring that picture tomorrow to university. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, Sébastien?
Yeah.
Who put a red line through my thing, by the way?
I have to disable something first because I was working on it. Let me see.
Yo, Bernard, it's pushed now, by the way. You do a pull. From.
So this is type bad spam filter.
Yeah, I think I should change my name and be done with it.
I changed it on Skype, so it's now Bernard.
Oh yeah, the voice version of reCAPTCHA. Did you guys ever try that?
Oh
no. Hold on. I don't know if you'll hear it, but.
Please type every digit you hear. Spaces are not required.
Yeah, really, it's from The Exorcist.
That's exactly what I thought.
Once again, the digits are.
No, stop! Yeah, I don't know how anyone can use that. It's tragic. I will kill you in your sleep. That's what it sounds like. So, well, we are waiting. Did anyone start? Oh, yeah, I know what I forgot. I forgot to create those threads.
I know you did.
Ooh.
I was looking for them, so nobody's had any feedback on them, right?
I put some stuff on Trello.
Are we not using the same that same forum where people were looking for future features? I forgot what the URL was.
Yeah, there is a document in the document site that needs to be updated. Yeah.
No, but wasn't there a site specific that was even mentioned at Harvest?
Oh, yeah, user voice. But yeah, user voice is more, to get a feel of what people would like. Yeah.
Isn't that what we're asking?
We're not using it as a tool to build a feature as well. We're using it as an indication of what features people want.
Okay.
But yeah, we've looked at that. We look at it pretty regularly. And we take it into account. But there is this what's happening now feature roadmap page that needs to be updated too, so I'll do that.
So are we officially on 1.x?
Yes.
So there is no 6.2.1?
No. Not right now. It might happen, but usually we see that pretty quickly, and it didn't. It wasn't the case, so should be okay.
What do we do usually? Do we work directly on default when we do that?
When we have 1.1 or some .1, no, we have a 1.x too, or we can do a 1.6x.
Yeah, we had 1.5x.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought we had. That's why I'm asking, because for us specifically, we need to figure out whether we're going to still be hooking into it directly or not. Because if it's still 1.6. whatever, it's still no breaking changes. It's still just bug fixes and performance. Yes. That's a very important delineation.
So my Visual Studio doesn't want to work. I will kill it.
So the assumption still is, just to clarify, is there is no 1.6.x. We're directly going into 1.x.
Well, I'm specifically asking though, if there's a push, a commit that should be all 1.6 users should have, are you going to label it like default or 1.6x, or how will we know? Because I've seen, like, since default you've got about 15 change sets since default, and I just want to know, are any of them like 1.6 users should definitely have? Because I can't distinguish right now. That's my question. So.
Well, they should definitely have. Everything we do is always better. But if it was,
Elon doesn't believe it.
There is one or two things which are.
I don't believe that it's always stable.
That the two first commits are important. The first one is about fixing dynamic compilation.
Yes. Okay.
And it's nice, but it's not critical. That's why we didn't ship a 1.6.1. Second one is about removing some test code I forgot in the text field driver, and which might only be an issue if you have a text field named note, N-O-T-E. Then it won't work.
I see that. Okay.
So that's why it's not really critical.
Right, but instead of you telling me, if there was a way, I mean, what do you think we should do? Like, do you want to merge those? Do you want to merge them into default, and then I'll?
No, because if we merge into default, it means there is a new release, and I don't think it's necessary to make a new release for that.
Okay.
And it will be called 1.6.1.
Do you want to make a branch then and put those?
Well, no, those features are for next version. Those bug fixes are for next version.
Ah, okay.
Next major version 1.7. Unless we decide that we really need a 1.6.1 for other reasons, and we say, okay, so let's also take those two changes because they are there and we can include it in 1.6.1. But right now there is no major reason to have a 1.6.1. So they are shipping with 1.7. That's my position. You can have different ones, but releasing a new version is very it's hard. You have to update lots of things, and
I understand. Yeah, you've got to publish it all sorts of places.
And then all people are asking, hey, should I update 1.6.1? And
yeah. What if we took the tact of it's a public release versus a dev release, meaning it only exists in Codeplex. If you want to get it, you've got to know what you're doing with Codeplex. But otherwise, you don't put it out there as a release, but you do branch it in a way where people would know that if they want it, they can pull it that way only.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thought.
Stable dev branch.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point we can put a tag, or I don't know, tell people you can take it. Well, right now we already have breaking changes with the current code, so
okay.
On the 1.x, and it's not really stable, and so at some point we might want to ask people to try it, like 1.6. Right, like many of you did. You played with 1.x before 1.6 was released because it was stable. It was just bug fixing, and I'm sure at some point when we do some demos on 1.7 before it's released, people will want to use it.
Okay.
But yeah. So my Visual Studio is really, 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 really slow. It's not even started yet. I don't know what's happening. But it feels better now. So let's talk about comments in the meantime, what has been done. After last week's discussions, because we were waiting for some forum posts to be created and talk about the new features, and I'm not like about waiting for 1 week just to talk. I took Zoltan's and Benedek's comments module, their refactoring, which goal was to make it the orchard way. It was using just controllers and custom views to render the comments, and Zoltan wanted to make it to use the drivers and content and comment part, so the nice way. So he did it. He made a fork. I looked at it. It was working very nicely. I fixed very small bugs, and then I said, okay, let's pull it into the 1.x branch. Let's migrate the old comments module to the new one. So the database was almost the same. I think, yeah, almost exactly the same. So there was no issue at all. The migration was working. So if you have an existing website, it will work. The migration will work. It can break, it will break your current theme if you have customized the comments, which probably I have done if you have a running website. So we can explain what files to update to fix those themes, and it's very simple. It's just 1 or 2 files, and those 2 files are simpler than the old ones, so this should not be an issue. And then I started brainstorming with Zoltan online and talking about what to add to comments, because if we have to work on that, let's make it awesome. And lots of ideas and lots of design decisions, and I worked on it the whole week. So I'm about to show you what I did.
Sounds great.
Yes, but no, you will be disappointed. We also talk a lot about using projections in the module, and finally I agreed with using projection. And however, I will not implement the projection yet because it's too much work for what we want right now, or what I want right now. But it's still okay for the future to use projection. But I will show you what we have right now, and you will see why we don't need to move yet to projections. So is it compiling? It's compiling. It should be ready in a few. Major changes. Let me explain you. Okay, I can show this to you. Okay. Major changes. Where is it? Lots of work. Okay, fix. Refactoring comments is including what Zoltan has done. When I say Zoltan, I also imply Benedek. Okay. Refactoring anti-spam feature in comments is about, yeah, so first thing I did for comments is remove the old anti-spam feature which was directly in comments using Akismet, and to use the anti-spam module that we've made in 1.5, which means it's using the API in anti-spam to directly to use spam filters like Akismet or Typepad. It's also about refactoring it so that we can use reCAPTCHA and it will be injected nicely between the form and the submit button. So now with this version, you can also inject reCAPTCHA, the reCAPTCHA part. Then I implemented the threaded comments. So it's an opt-in feature. On the container, you can, not on the container, on the settings of the part, you can decide what is the default for threaded comments, yes or no. And then every time you create a post, it will be a threaded comment or not, and I will show you it works very nice. By default, it won't be threaded comments, just to have the same behavior as before. Then new feature for restricting commenting to only authenticated users. So you might want to tell people you can comment only if you are authenticated, whatever the authenticated scheme is. So integrated authentication or Active Directory, we don't care. Then I added support for HTML filters for comments, like you want a custom markdown or whatever for your commenting system, and then fix some stuff, and then so this is a secret branch. This is some local work I'm doing with some customer. So then delete spam on detection is about to remove all the spam whenever it finds some. So if some spam is detected, it won't even go to the dash. It won't be even created. It will be deleted automatically. And then a branch in the branch, which is about redoing what I just did in the 10 last commits in a different way, and I will explain you why. Again, design decisions. Zoltan
So
will like that.
why did you go for the authenticated checkbox and not use something like content permissions?
Content permissions.
You know, content item permissions and lock it
No,
down.
that's nothing to do with a content item. That's more about letting people just. It's not about not showing a content item. It's about rendering the comment form or not.
Yeah, so being able to create one, right?
Yes, but we don't want also to show the comment form directly. It's a part. It's not a content item. We don't have content part permissions yet.
Okay. Okay.
And it's very simple. So, okay, so it's compiled. 15 minutes after. So I asked it to start. It's not responding. I might have to reboot my machine. Let's see. So I have while it's launching, let me explain you all the things that might go into comments. So Terms of security. We might want to prevent. So I checked on every blog module, every blog engine on the net we could find, like .text, everything, even WordPress. The question is, if you have a website like Noisette, let's go Noisette. My machine is very slow. That's crazy. I don't know what's happening. Let's go Noisette, because it seems that you've got some comments on it. Let's add a comment on this one.
Yeah.
No?
That one doesn't have comments.
What?
No, that one doesn't have comments.
So where? It's too slow. I can't even.
Click on Enute.
Sorry, on what?
The next one. The next one.
This one?
Oh, you want one that already has comments?
No. I will show you some issues. So let's say I type that, and I could do.
Are you going to hack my site?
I could. Okay, something like that. And foobar. Okay, and I am a human, so I can type it. So what will happen is that I can create a comment. What? I'm not a human. Okay, and there is a, or maybe it's moderated, or it found some spam. I don't know. Well.
Oh, let me check.
Oh, your comment will appear after the site administrator approves it. So that's a good security, because most of the time there is no moderation, which means what will appear is admin as the author using the email. So let's say you have Gravatar, it will use the image of the email you sent as a Gravatar and the comment, and so you can give any name you want and any email you want, so you can really impersonate as a user, not technically as authentication, but from a client's perspective, you think that Bertrand made a comment or answered something, and it can be a very dumb answer, okay, or maybe a more clever answer as usual, and so that's an issue. So this is something that all the blog engines don't handle, and I tried with a very well-known one, and authenticating, well, giving the email address of the guy, which I know actually, so I know his address email, and I used his name. So in the end, the comment was recognized as the guy's comment, and because he saw a notification, he removed the comment, but you could do that. So I want to add an option such that if you use a name or the email of an already authenticated user in the system, it won't let you do so, because if it's really your name and your email, then authenticate, and it will use the ones inside, and that's part of the security issues.
Right, I'm gonna go post loads of stuff on Noisette then.
Sébastien,
Wow.
wouldn't it be a cleaner approach to make content type? Of course.
Well, this is now with Zoltan's changes. It was a content type, but now there is a nice part, and the part is used in the driver, and the editor is rendered using the driver's editor, even if it's on the front end. So that's very nice. It's using drivers everywhere.
Each comment is a content item, right?
Each comment is a content item, exactly. And when you see a comment displayed now, it's the display on the driver. And when you see the form for editing a comment, for submitting a comment, it's also the display driver. Not maybe
nice.
for the form, not for the form, but yes, maybe. To check. but
Should be.
it's using the driver. So that's
Okay, great.
way better. Because yes, it is, because you can add the reCAPTCHA. So then you can add as many parts as you want on the comments part, and you can also add fields if you want to customize a comment. For instance, you could add rating on a comment, so people could rate comments. You see how slow it is on my machine. I still can see my new comment. So the big discussion is about paging, to page or not to page comments. So my decision is to use projection to do the paging. The goal being first to make the projection module Ajaxable. So you could take any projection widget or any projection and just check a box, say make it Ajax. And when you click on the page, it will not reload the whole page. It will just reload the list that it has to update. So it will be Ajaxified. When we have this, we can use it in the comments too. So the comments will be like a widget, but not a widget. It will be a specific way of using projection to be able to render the specific projection part, even if it's not on a widget. So it's like using the projection as an API from other module, but it needs some changes in the projection module first. And then you could also be able to change the query for the comments, which will be a system query. And this is another point that we have to triage. And which means it's a specific query made by the module, not by yourself. And you will see it in the admin that it's created by a module and not by yourself. It's a system query that you can change, but you can't delete unless you are site owner, but this will not make sense. It's like deleting the common part. You don't want to do that. It's a system part.
So for my forums module, would you say that the best thing to do is to for viewing threads? So you go into a thread and you can see a list of posts. So you would turn that maybe into a projection and make it Ajaxable.
I will try to make it possible for you to do so. In this specific example, I don't think it's interesting.
Well, it doesn't. No, it's not interesting. But I mean, do you think that's what would be the best approach?
I don't think it's the best approach. I don't think it's useful to do it like that. Doing Ajax just to make Ajax and
no,
because in your case it's
more along the lines of projection rather than Ajax.
In your case, it's the content item you are displaying. It's okay. You can do a full post back because you will get a new content item or a new list of content item. In the case of comments, you are showing a blog post, but you want to browse the comments, so you maybe don't want to change the current page. I mean, to change a content item is the same content item. You just want to update a specific portion of the page.
Oh, right, I see. Okay.
So and the first discussion was actually about using projection or not. In this case, for comments, you might want to filter to show the latest comments first or the oldest comments first. You might want to sort on the rating if you have a custom rating, things like that. So it might make sense to sort comments. It might make sense, but also most of the time you don't need that. So it's not a critical feature.
No, but for blog posts, not blog posts, sorry, for forum posts, you would need that. So I'm trying to relate what I've done to that. Oh, that's a fail. To what you guys are talking about.
Okay, there will be a demo later. I will show I will show you on my blog how it works with threaded comments, because everything's broken. So here, do I have threaded comments? I'm not sure. but I can enable it.
What do you use for the avatar?
Avatar.
Avatar?
It's a custom script I'm putting in the view to generate the gravatar I'm defining.
You're not
It's very
using
simple.
a module from the gallery?
No. It's so simple that no.
You should plug that.
Maybe. And so where do I go? Yeah, let's do it just on this post. So if I say manage blog and I go on this post, I can you see allow new comments, allow threaded comments, and I publish. So if I go back,
so you plug in Markdown?
Sorry?
You plug in Markdown?
Yes. And here now you got a reply button on each of them. Okay. So if I say I will reply to myself, reply, the form is now injected directly into the. Well, it's ugly because it's an edit mode. I will sign out. So here reply. So you see add comment. It needs some design, but yeah. And I have the reCAPTCHA here, which is also injected. And you can. Oh, and by the way, I checked the option for the reCAPTCHA, which is if you're authenticated, don't show me the reCAPTCHA. So name foo, email. And I can submit. Oh, so it's here. There is an issue, which is you see it lost the position of the form, but if you take the OneNotics, it's no more an issue. It's working, so it will take it directly here, and I will enter the words. Comment. And it didn't work, but on the committed version, it's working. So you will have, and in terms of HTML, this is a container, and it will contain also the answers to this thread. So it's threaded, and you can reply to anything in the tree, and it's ordered correctly, so it's very nice. Yeah, that's it then. So now what I'm currently redoing is that if you go it's about spam protection. So if you go to the dashboard and you have spam activated, because the comments module is using the spam module, you'll get this screen spam. Okay, but this screen is just showing the spam filter part content item. And if you go to comments, you got the spam here, which means you've got two spam screens, one for comments and one for spam, which actually doesn't make sense. And this is new for Zoltan because we didn't discuss that. So what I'm doing right now is using actually the spam filter part on comment, the comment type, so that is the same implementation for every spam that we have today. And so right now it's almost working. I can see the spam here. So now if a comment is some spam, it's no more in the comments page, it's in the spam. In the comments here, you have all the comments which are not spam. So here you find your spam, comments and everything like custom forms. and you can say it's no more spam. And when it's no more spam, it will publish it and put it in comments. I had to make a change to core for that, because there is no way to prevent a content item from being published. Like when they were comments, they were published, but the comments module were not taking the spam comments. And I don't want to make hard dependency between comments and the spam module, because comments is a core module installed by default, and anti-spam is not a core module. So I added a property in the publishing context, which is cancel. So now with a handler, when there is a publishing event, you can say for any reason, don't publish, cancel the publication. So this is what happens with the spam filter. When the spam filter gets the publishing events, if it has recognized some spam using the spam filter part, it will prevent the publication of this content item, whatever it is. And then from this, it will appear here in the spam screen, and you can say no, it's spam, so I can delete it, or you can say no, publish it, even if it's spam, or remove the spam and publish it. So that's the new behavior I'm working on. It's a non-breaking change into the core. It's just adding a cancellation property on the publishing event. And it can be used by other modules actually. So if for any reason, for any module you want to cancel the publication of something, you can. It will be a draft. It will still be there, but it will be a draft.
Yeah, you could use that in a rule.
Also, yeah. So you can on publishing. You can have an action which is cancel publication. And you can use a script action before to say, okay, for any reason you want, cancel publication. Like you don't like someone.
Yeah, if it comes from Nick, don't publish it.
Don't publish. Make it draft.
That makes all sense.
There are some other ways to do that, but
just seeing him react to that is priceless.
So maybe next week you'll have a nice demo of the commenting system.
Great.
But I think it's very nice to look. Even Bertrand is using it already on his website. That's something we really needed. Some update to the commenting system. So thanks to Zoltan for starting it.
Yeah.
And thanks to myself for making it awesome. Yeah.
Wasn't it awesome before?
It was not awesome before. Yeah. It was nice. All those little options and everything, No, but thank you, Zoltan. So can you do that with what module do we need now to change? We need to make it awesome.
Blog.
Yeah, blog is kind of okay. What do you need?
Windows Live Writer or Windows RT?
You have Word.
Yeah, apparently Word is decent enough now.
You can use it on 1.6 only because we fixed Word integration with blogging on 1.6.
Yeah, it reproduces a lot of what Live Writer was doing. Apparently Word is the new Live Writer. What sucks is that it's not free. Well, on Windows RT it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the student edition.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a question for you guys. So in the gallery, there's WordPress.com in the apps gallery for Windows 8. What's that in conjunction with? How come Orchard isn't in there?
In the gallery, in Windows 8, in the Windows Store gallery.
Yeah, in the apps gallery, there's a WordPress something or other.
This must be a client, something like that.
Yeah, admin page.
Oh,
application.
Okay.
I was thinking about writing one for Windows.
Okay.
For Windows or for
Well,
Orchard?
not for Windows, for the, how's it called, store, Windows Store UI. It's not Metro anymore, but it's a good name.
Browse the original content on WordPress.com, including articles and yeah, it's a client to browse WordPress.com. I mean, so it's like a browser but limited to WordPress.com. That's super interesting.
Okay. I didn't really look into it. It just upset me. That was all.
Oh no! Create new posts and publish them to your WordPress.com blog in an instant. Does a little more than that.
If you can publish to WordPress, you can publish to our channel.
Yeah.
Well, you need to understand WXD, don't you?
Yeah, I'm sure there is already some blog clients on Windows 8 Store.
Yeah, so if you look at the screenshots on the Windows 8 gallery, the last one is showing the editing feature. It seems very basic, you know, it's touch optimized. So. Yeah, should we do some triage? We haven't done any.
Oh, lots of triaging, yeah. It's crazy, so many things. $39. Do we have a release for 1.7? I think so. I think I created one. Yes, 1.7. So, and we have to remember that we have lots of things in future versions that we might want in 1.7.
Yeah, when do we want to review those?
Zoltan has some pretty nice ideas about what should go in 1.7, I think. Piotr also would like something to go in 1.7. Yeah, someday. Because just with 39, it will take some time. We didn't triage for a long time.
Yeah, but for the Orchard future versions, I think we need to do that offline.
Okay.
The two of us.
And
it
yeah,
will take hours, if not days.
I was thinking weeks, but
last time I checked these Orchard feature version, I closed a lot of them because they were already done and there were duplicates. Like, oh, upgrade to an i183, and I closed 5 of them like that. So
yeah, it needs to be done.
Okay, so again, important bugs or regression are in next version. So important bugs and regressions are in next version. If it's a feature, it's future, even right now. And when we decide that we do a specific feature, it goes on 1.7. But right now we don't even have the forum post to discuss what we do, and or if it's a small thing, it's okay if everyone agrees, like adding a cancel property in the publishing context. So CodeGen sim creation bug, okay. Syscache module enable deleting query so throws exception. Bug. Is anyone using the Syscache?
I am.
On your sites?
Yeah, and it's quite amazing actually. You know, you start using the site, so it just kicked in, and so you browse the admin, and as you browse, you notice the admin going faster and faster.
Oh.
You can actually feel it.
It's 3 lines. module.
It's impressive, I'm telling you. It really works great.
Okay, this one, there is a fix also, and it's a bug. Bug. I was almost sure there would be no bug in 1.7 because we fixed so many in 1.6. I have to try this one too. So he can save international charts using MySQL. It's easy to repro. So people are chatting. What are you saying? I see my name. So if you talk about me, I can't. Taxonomy identity is in export not consistent. This is true. I put it in 1.7 because we expect to have taxonomy in our chart, and this bug, I don't know how it will be fixed. Yes, I agree.
So what did you do with the taxonomy import-export?
I just open it for 1.7. The issue is that it's exporting IDs.
Yeah, I know.
And but actually,
database IDs that, and it should be
yeah.
the
Oh no,
export
it's
IDs.
okay. It will be easy. Yeah, because it's stupid. Yeah, we know that's an ID, so let's export the identity. I don't know who made this module.
Do we have the identity part already on the terms?
We don't
Oh,
care. It's
they have a
URL.
Yeah, they have a URL, so
Yeah.
you're covered there. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, did I? Which was? Recaptcha open. Okay. Yeah, and I think it's a duplicate of the one I just opened before, but
Oh, you've got a fix for it as well.
yes, I saw a pull request. Yeah. Contents with same permalink. That's a bug. It should find it's the same and okay. Nice one. You're talking to me on the chat. Talk.
I'm not talking to you on the chat.
Sébastien, can you estimate any ETA on 107?
I was replying.
Who is Sébastien? Oh, that's me. So you are talking to me on chat.
No, I was talking to Piotr.
When I say you, it's not you. It's you. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know
Sebastian, maybe you have a very rough estimate.
Yeah, February 2013.
Okay.
Or
That's
before, if ready.
That's right.
We don't know. We don't even know what feature we want to do. What do we do with this bug? Is it a bug? Anyone knows about that?
Yeah, so the
But that's kind of weird. I've been using
he's complaining about
many-to-many
the error message.
relationships.
He's complaining about the error message when he does something that he shouldn't do. Yeah.
We have many-to-many relationships between content parts. Example, taxonomy.
Oh.
Well, between content parts, that I don't understand the between content parts.
Yeah.
I think it's related to records between different items, but part records.
Complaining that the relationship is between records and not parts, and it fails if you try to use parts. The error message is not super great.
Later.
Sébastien, could you open up the attached PNG? Oh, okay.
Oh, just the error message. Later, I too much time already on this one.
Tell him to contact the. Who's the author of that?
Me. I think this is the one I made, and I'm using it in lots of websites. So
maybe you pushed a
No.
you pushed an update and they just haven't got that.
no, there is nothing special inside. Just one setting.
Maybe it's MySQL related.
Okay, read packet and MySQL. The active log contrib settings. Table, okay. Contrib Kubernetes settings record. Migration didn't execute here.
Oh, there is a dot in a tenant. No, why there is a dot?
Where?
Active log dot contrib Google Analytics. Shouldn't it be underscore? That's weird.
It's probably the name of the database or something.
Oh, the schema name.
It's the schema name, yeah.
But if it's a schema name, so where is the prefix for the tenant?
Maybe there is no prefix and that's it.
Maybe.
I will try to repro. We'll see. We're using MySQL. Let's say it's MySQL. If I can't repro, close. Zoltan. Boom, 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 boom. Too complex. I have to. It will take me one day just to understand the equation. So, yeah, you have a patch. No, this is the old one. Yeah.
But that won't work.
Sorry?
Yes,
no, that's a very bad patch. That's a very bad patch. Okay, I pretty much always, okay, pretty much always get this after CS file running an admin page. I pretty much never get this after changing. Does anyone pretty much always get this after changing something? Or it's just pretty much only Zoltan?
Pretty much.
Please don't open bugs which are not bugs, like Bertrand would say. Discuss it on the forum.
Oh,
And we'll try to fix. We'll try to fix you.
If it's not working,
Yeah,
then it's a bug.
Yeah, I've noticed a couple times the problems with loading resources, but not
I've seen it once.
not pretty much always.
I've seen it once. I agree. It was.
jQuery, loading jQuery.
It was about I think recompiling something. So one of the dependency could not be loaded, and then the whole module could not be loaded, and it could not find the files. I just recompiled something. It was working. Have you tried with fixed dynamic compilation?
Yeah, that's why it works. That's why dynamic compilation works, and I can notice this. So as I've written in the last comment, this happens after dynamic compilation. I can't see it happening after normal compilation, so restarting the instance.
Okay, I open it, but I won't touch it until you say it's happening again. I haven't seen that for a long time. And there are only 2 votes, which I assume are you and Benedek.
I don't know, but I can vote it.
Yeah. You don't vote, but well, when you create it,
I'm not sure.
there is 1 vote. And then Benedek always upvotes you.
Sure, I do.
So what is it about? What is the issue? Oh yeah, please give. Because method like exists. Okay, close. Oh, makes no sense. Close. Chart. Next. Yeah. And so from what I saw on the net, on the internet, it's something we don't know what. Nobody knows what. It's not about Orchard. It's about SQL C, sometimes Entity Framework, sometimes Visual Studio. There's a lock somewhere, and Visual Studio, because you're in debug mode, will intercept any exception. It will show you this exception. And they say the only way not to be bugged by that is just to disable, to uncheck this exception in the Visual Studio debugger. Because they say nobody cares. I don't know what.
Cool. Then that's necessary.
I also have it sometimes. You just hit F5 and it's working again. It's a lock with the file. I don't know. See, build session factory. So maybe when you start the, I don't know. So sorry. Okay. So do you know what is taking most of the time when you start Orchard the first time?
Discovering passes of views and stuff?
No. Half of the time when you start Orchard the first time, when you set it up, it's JITting the DLLs.
Really?
Yes. So it takes 20 seconds to show the setup screen on a standard machine. 10 seconds are taken for JITting the DLLs.
Yeah, I think we can.
Interesting. I'm working on what to do with that. I'm not sure we can do anything for that. You could engine the files, but
yeah,
this is just taking the time before. And
yeah, I thought, well, yeah, Can that
Because
be counterproductive?
you
as
can
well?
only engine on the machine you installed. So so in case you are going in production, it's not really important. Well, it might be important if you deploy your website. It will also JIT all the files when you first go in production, even if it's not set up the first time you launch the website on a machine. But for hosters, it might be nice to engine it. If you host something on a machine, you know you will host it on this machine somehow, you can engine it before.
How much of it is cached?
I tried, even on a machine, like if I create 3 websites, I engine the first one, the 2 others will use the engine images. So it will be fast the time after. It's taking 4 seconds after. It's very nice. Yeah. They are working on things like that on Azure websites with the gallery. So theme, it's active. Okay, and same old.
Yeah, that's supposed to work, right?
Yeah. We don't define that it's looking for the bin folder. It's in the bin folder. So add a DLL to orchard.web bin. Okay, there. Because of autofag, maybe it won't find it won't register it. I don't know. Later. Yeah, so the idea is to mark some queries, system queries. There is this concept in Drupal. So when we list queries, they are like gray. The text is gray instead of being black, saying, okay, it's there, but you should not do it, or categorize them. So if a module is creating queries, you should not delete them. They are system queries.
You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, same thing for content types. When taxonomy is creating content types, you should know that they are generated by a module, so you should not delete it, or common part or things like that. We need to show that there are user parts, user types, and user queries, and there are system ones. So if you want to be able to, yeah. And next one is this one, opened by Zoltan, closed by Bertrand, reopened by myself. The idea is that there is a property on content type and on content part records which is hidden. If it's hidden, it's not even displayed in the list. So the property is there, the behavior is there. There is just no extension method from a migration to say hide this part or hide this content type. It's there, you should not even touch it. Add fields, add part, anything. It's a system, super system content type. So it's just exposing a current behavior. And I say, yes, if you need that, do it.
Yep.
He said, he nodded, a small nod. And it's super safe. Okay, I don't like those bugs.
issues.
Yeah, he said very slow and no. It should be already working. October. When did we release? Before that.
That's weird because actually it should work as exactly the I don't know who.
Yeah, we are checking for a content item and then the rights on the content item.
Yeah. For the content item menu, for the content menu item part, there is the content property is being set to a page or something. I'm 100% sure.
So this one was a bug we fixed for 1.6, but actually broke the Azure Gallery package. So I'm suggesting a different solution, and I want him to answer about this solution. It's removing this and just getting just this one, or no, it's having this but not equals false but equals true. Because his exception was about having this attribute, and on Azure we need true. So if we have it and it's true, it should fix both of them. Links with identical text not displayed. Okay. Know what you want to do that, but okay.
He explains it's when there are different levels in hierarchy.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
it's a
makes
real
sense.
problem.
Now I understand. Okay, navigation bad performance. Okay, something like the page. It works well. I will try to investigate it, prevent contact again if some. Okay, let's close it, and when you find something. Display unpublished content items when attaching them via content picker.
Yeah, maybe they could be grayed out if they are not published. But on the other hand, it makes sense to, let's say you're preparing the publication of a few items, and they are related, they all go together. You don't want to publish them yet. You should be able to attach.
But maybe not publish the content item. Well, if we prevent people from publishing a content item because the related content items are not published.
No. I mean, you could publish it, and on the front end, the attached unpublished item wouldn't appear.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. So what's the issue today?
Well, there is no warning for the user, but the items just disappear from the content picker. So yeah, what Bertrand said, it would be nice.
What happens? You get an exception, or?
No, it's just nothing.
Oh, nothing happens.
Yeah.
It fails silently.
They just disappear.
Oh yeah, because there's probably the content picker allows you to pick unpublished, but there is a filter that gets the published version of the item, and if there is no published version, that it will return null. I think it's a problem.
Okay, so you can select an unpublished, but then it's not saved. That's what you say?
Exactly. Yeah, well, one approach would be what Piotr said. So the content picker shouldn't display content items that aren't published. But what Bertrand said, I think it's better. I like that better. So.
No. I'm not saying that we should filter them out, because you may have a scenario in which you would like to pick a specific version of the item to attach to a different item. So, but yeah, it should be consistent from how it's being rendered, because if or just display a warning.
Mm-hmm.
If the versions, if the published version and the version that's attached doesn't match, or something like this. I don't know. Oh, this with default. I actually never managed to make it work correctly. So even if you say, for example, some Boolean field with default true, it will still default to false. I don't know if it's an hibernate thing, or the way it saves items.
So you say it doesn't work?
Yeah. Doesn't work as expected, because if you get the record using
maybe it doesn't work as you expect. So what do you expect?
So on a database level, it's okay. You have the default value set on the column, but if you get a record, it's not the same default value.
I agree. This is what is expected then. It will set the default value when you inject a record with null. It will be a database default. If you want a record default, it's the uninitialized event on this record.
Yeah, I know, but it's just misleading.
So it's working as expected. And look, we use it everywhere with default. We use it. I have found how many? Like 20 usage of with default, with false, true, strings, everything. So
I agree, but maybe we should add a comment to that with default method to say that how it works, because someone may think that it should display, set a default value on the record, and that's not what it does actually.
I actually thought the same thing. That when I did with default, I thought it was going to update.
Yeah, remember it's a migration, create table, delete table, alter field, alter column. Sorry.
When I did add column in the migration, I thought with default would set all the values in that column for me to the default value.
And well.
I mean,
what do you expect with?
It's kind of obvious what it says.
And what is with length then, and with what? With type and.
Well, with length, that's exactly what it says. It sets the length on the column. With default, it should do exactly the same.
It's defining the default on the column. That's what I say. This is exactly the same.
So it should also set the default on a new column.
Yeah, this is what it says. It's defining.
It doesn't do it.
So when with length you define the size of the column, it doesn't define the size of the string in your record, okay? In your object. Okay, and then I continue, and when you say default with default, it will define the value, default value on the column and on the record object. Again, the same.
Does it not go and update the records that are currently in the database?
No, it's just defining the default value of the record. for the table, of the column in the table.
Yeah, but maybe we should just add comments.
Okay, I agree that we might want to add a description to the property, but that's the yeah. But again, it's the same as with lens, as with everything. So if it makes sense for you with lamp, it should make sense for everything.
Yeah, for us, I think it's yeah, we understand it. But for people who are learning to use Orchard, it may be one of the things.
Even for you. So yeah, it makes sense to make a comment. But it's not a bug. I close the bugs. Orchard 141 exporter says feed fails on special chars. Huh.
One for one.
And it's nice that.
Hey, some of my code's in not comments.
I think the TinyMC has an option to strip the word formatting. Most of the what you see, what you get editors have such feature. It's
I will see. Try to see if there is an issue. It's not obvious.
One of the most annoying features of Microsoft Word.
Yeah, it is.
I reckon Bert should put it in there. Why he left. When do you think we'll take taxonomies into core?
Between today and 1.7. Okay.
It's one of the.
He likes my answers, I know.
It's one of the proposed features.
Yeah, we don't know if we should do it, but yeah, vote for it.
I have no vote.
I know. Yeah, creation of alternate for projection list phase. It should be fixed now. Assuming you're not using 1.6, it should be fixed already. I'm still using 1.5. I was not sure. Okay, close. It's fixed.
We really need to vote it in. Can't we just put it in? We already said we wanted it.
Sorry? What?
Can't we just pull taxonomies in? We already said we wanted to put it in.
Yes, but we need to discuss it and to explain what we will do. But we will, I'm sure we will. I even opened a bug for taxonomy on Orchard.
Oh, I was looking at this one just now, actually. So what's the problem? Is that IC sharp code is now GPL?
Yeah, we removed the sharp ziblib. That's what you say.
How come?
How come?
Nice.
Yeah.
Because it was either that or MySQL. What do you want, MySQL or sharp ziblib?
So,
MySQL
licensing is incompatible.
Yes, MySQL tells if you want to ship MySQL connector, you can't use any other GPL component, and we were using it. Yeah, but this is my. So we removed it, and I'm using another one, which is MIT or something like that, and works the same. Yeah, and you can ship. Well, you can ship it. You can have sharp ziblib into your own bin and ship it with your module. It's not an issue. We are not shipping it. You are shipping it. And you are not shipping MySQL, so that's okay.
Oh yeah, and about the sharp ziblib, Bertrand, your Vandelay Industries module depends on that, and it breaks on 1.6. So just by the way.
So I think Nick is commenting on this issue, which is upgrade to Lucene.NET 3, and actually it's using why?
That's the right one. That is the right one.
Yeah, so, and it's GPL. So right now we can't because of that, because the same same
that's
thing.
GNU, isn't it?
We should remove the, I don't know why it's using this as dependency, and
You could raise a bug on the Apache
Yeah.
on their forum.
Yep, and we can also alter the source code if we need to change it.
Yeah.
So right now it's just a future because we can do it. So you you can't package any GPL stuff with Orchard. If you are distributing Orchard with everything, and you can't redistribute it, you have to download it separately. That's complex, but we won't put anything GPL but MySQL in Orchard. Or we have to remove MySQL and we can put everything we want.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of. But okay.
So this, I opened this one because this is some work also we want to do about reorganizing the dashboard, content types, content item things. We don't know how right now, but we will. Yeah, why not? Okay. So Bertrand, do you know that Renault left Microsoft?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, he told me.
He told you, he didn't tell me. I discovered it.
Yeah, he likes me better than you.
Maybe he doesn't like me actually.
Who does?
So my wife sometimes. My kids, they tell me sometimes too.
They lie.
No, he had a good reason to tell me.
When I give them some candies, it's okay. They like me.
During Halloween, okay.
Same thing for my wife. That's right. Okay. Agree. I don't know why, but okay, agree.
I haven't really come across any use for anything other than try update model work.
Yeah, but when you do advanced modules, you will see. You need it. So plain shapes in there. So this can't be done. Yeah, you can implement your own logic. So close. Sorry, Giscard, and you are here, still here. Did he leave? He is there. So sorry, you can do your own stuff.
You missed taxonomies, Bertrand.
What?
You missed taxonomies.
No, I didn't.
Is it under miscellaneous?
Yeah.
What? The bottom one?
No, I mean, you're not going to have a long discussion about that. I mean, it's,
Okay.
What?
it doesn't deserve a thread. It deserves to be done. It doesn't deserve a thread.
Okay.
I took the list on Trello.
I commented on the stuff on Trello. No one commented or did anything. Not that my comments were very good, but...
Yeah, gee, thanks.
Oh, there is one comment.
Yeah,
People are commenting.
You went and did something on Trello. Oh yeah. There's a bug in Firefox that moved one of them into the done column, so I had to move it back. So if you're wondering.
Okay. Do we have an yeah? Yep. So time to go to lunch because we missed the games. Okay, so I'm sure Antoine did see the games.
Okay, so the threads are created. So if you want to contribute something, just head over to the right thread and let's start discussing and produce code. So some of those features actually already have code existing. So, for example, the comment refactoring, which has code. A few other things. So I hope many of you start contributing to 1.7. Oh, you're discussing football.
Yeah, no, but I was saying haha for your comment. Soccer.
And I hope starting next week we can start having some nice demos, like this week. So I'll let you guys enjoy the game. Apparently.
Oh, it's done now.
Oh, okay.
We
oh,
should.
so
We should.
Yeah,
I don't know why we put those meetings on Tuesday and Wednesdays where the games happen. Why don't we have it on Thursday? There is never a game on Thursday, or nobody cares.
It's my drinking.
You just gave me a good reason not to move them.
And tomorrow we have to watch Lille. Who cares about Lille?
People who live there.
Yeah, Antoine. That's it. Only one.
Okay, well,
see you.
Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.